Today I'm going to show you how to divide rockrose ground covers. Here are two of my established rockrose ground covers. These were planted about 9 years ago and they are absolutely enormous. It is definitely time to dig them up and do some division. Currently the end of December, and on Vancouver Island this is a great time to divide plants. We're having a very mild winter. If you live in a colder climate, dividing any time in fall or early to mid-spring is going to give you the best results for dividing these plants. For this project, you're going to need some type of shovel. I like to use one with a very pointed end. You may want a bucket, and definitely going to need some clippers. You're going to want to start this project by identifying whereabouts the root ball is. Believe it or not, when you look at this, underneath this plant is not directly where the root ball is. Most of this is foliage that comes off of the root ball. So you're going to have to identify where yours is. I have already done it. Mine is definitely towards the back here. So that's where I'm going to start my digging. Don't be afraid to get right in there with your shovel. The plant's got to come out somehow. And you're going to have to dig pretty deep if your plant is really established like these ones are. One 6-inch starter plant 9 years later. Check this out. Literally one plant. This is crazy. And this is going to give us a lot of starter plants. So let's take a better look at the roots here. You can see there definitely is a root ball to this plant. So what you're going to want to do is take your clippers, or if you have a knife that you use specifically for gardening, you can use that. And you're going to want to cut sections of the root ball. I'm actually thinking I might even take out my little mini chainsaw for this purpose. We're going to try the clippers first, but we want to basically break off little sections of root. There is another little chunk right here. You've got some roots on the bottom. There actually is a little bit of foliage left on this one. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit. I probably could plant it the way that it is, but it's a little too wild for my liking. Huge roots. So I'm just going to cut them back a little bit and plant it as is. I'm going to be using a mini chainsaw to cut these roots into more manageable plants. So there's one plant here. I can definitely break this down further, but I could plant this one the way it is. So this chunk right here, there are some roots on some of the smaller pieces. So I am going to go through and sift through as many of these small pieces as possible. These are actually the ones I personally prefer to plant. You can certainly plant the bigger chunks, but I'm going to be planting these on a slope. And I don't want to dig deep holes, so the little tiny pieces that have roots on them are definitely preferred. And yes, this is enough of a plant to get a new plant. That's all you need to do. Get little chunks with root on them from your digging and cutting procedures, and there you go. You can have probably hundreds of new plants if you have a plant this large. So that is how to divide rockrose ground covers. A little more tricky than some other ground covers, but definitely doable. You can also propagate these. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but propagation is possible with taking cuttings. Thank you so much for watching this little plant division tutorial. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, and we will see you soon with some more gardening tips. Bye for now.